Pediatric drug development is a vital but highly complex area of modern medicine. Unlike adults, children present unique physiological, metabolic, and psychological characteristics that significantly influence how medications are absorbed, metabolized, and responded to. These differences mean that simply adjusting adult dosages is not enough. A tailored approach is required, one that addresses developmental variability, ethical considerations, and the limitations of clinical trial design in younger populations. One of the greatest challenges is physiological variability. Children's bodies change rapidly from infancy to adolescence. Differences in weight, organ function, and enzyme development mean that dosing must be carefully adjusted by age group. What works for a teenager may be entirely inappropriate for a newborn. In parallel, ethical concerns add complexity. Because children cannot legally provide informed consent, guardians must consent on their behalf, while researchers also strive to gain assent from the child when possible. Balancing the need to test new drugs against the ethical imperative to protect this vulnerable population remains a delicate task. Limited participant pools pose another hurdle. Many pediatric diseases are rare, making it difficult to enroll enough subjects to produce statistically meaningful data. In these cases, researchers often attempt to extrapolate from adult data, but this strategy can backfire if the drug behaves differently in a pediatric population. Biomarkers and clinical endpoints appropriate for adults may not yet be validated in children, further complicating study design. Regulatory frameworks have stepped in to address these issues. In the United States, the Best Pharmaceuticals for Children Act and the Pediatric Research Equity Act incentivize and require drug companies to study pediatric uses for new and existing therapies. These acts offer benefits such as extended market exclusivity in return for pediatric data. The European Union requires a Pediatric Investigation Plan, or PIP, which outlines how a company will assess its drug in children. Japan's pediatric clinical study frameworks emphasize international data integration, and global initiatives like the ICH 11A guideline offer strategies to responsibly extrapolate adult data. The World Health Organization also plays a central role, especially in pushing for equitable access to pediatric formulations in low-resource settings. Designing pediatric trials demands additional innovation. Age stratification is essential. A study involving neonates must differ significantly from one targeting adolescents. Trials must also minimize invasiveness. Ethical review boards scrutinize protocols to ensure that procedures are as non-intrusive as possible. Adaptive trial designs and modeling techniques like pharmacokinetic simulations allow researchers to predict pediatric responses more accurately without exposing children to unnecessary risk. Once drugs are approved, pharmacovigilance becomes critical. Children can exhibit different adverse reaction profiles than adults, and some side effects, such as developmental delays, may only emerge long after treatment. Post-marketing surveillance systems must be equipped to capture these patterns. Risk management plans are increasingly tailored to reflect pediatric-specific safety concerns, and real-world evidence from registries and electronic health records plays a growing role in identifying post-approval issues. Technology and ethics continue to shape the evolution of this field. Innovations like microdosing, artificial intelligence, and pharmacogenomics offer new ways to assess safety in small populations. At the same time, ethical reforms are enhancing informed consent protocols to give children a voice in decisions about their care. Regulatory agencies and international collaborators are working more closely than ever to harmonize review processes and promote safe, equitable access to new therapies. In summary, pediatric drug development requires a specialized and collaborative approach. The physiological diversity of children, the ethical sensitivity of pediatric research, and the logistical limitations of trial design make this a uniquely demanding field. But with strong regulatory frameworks, emerging technologies, and a commitment to safety and equity, the industry is making important strides toward delivering high-quality, pediatric-specific medicines.